it's just really neat to be able to go out in the wild, release a wild bird, hunt with it, watch it hunt with you, and then know that at the end of the day, you'll all go back home together.
It's a bond between a wild animal and a human, but it can be short-lived.
We do this together, and it's probably strengthened our relationship because we are together so much. We do fly the birds 3 and 4 times a week, and we're together doing that solely 3 and 4 times a week. We're not out on the weekends usually going to movies or going to the mall shopping or doing things like that. We're out in the woods flying these birds.
I had a career change, not a career. Well, not my career didn't change. I had a change within the career, and so things, my entire schedule changed. I think the exact work nature of my job changed. I went into a management position, and that affected me greatly. And she said I sat around not being a fun guy for a couple weeks, and she told me to go find a hobby that didn't involve alcohol or prostitutes. And
Y'all can sketch that.
And falconry was number 3 on the list, so I went with falconry.
Basically, what we're trying to do is see how much the bird weighs, because the bird needs to be at a specific weight to want to go out and hunt and be able to stay with us as well. So what I'm doing this morning is I'm seeing, I know that this bird hunts best at about 910 grams. So if the bird's 980 grams, it might not want to follow us in the woods as well. But if she's also too low, that she may want to start flying after us and start hunting us. So we'll see how much she weighs here. And this tracks their weight every day. What I put on every single day, we weigh them roughly around the same time, how much weight they've lost the day before, what the weather's like, because of course that affects their metabolism some, how much food that they were given, whether it was squirrel or venison or mice or rats, and also the comments on there, whether they chased good or whether they were a little slow or what, and then any quarry that they caught. So if they hunted squirrel, if they caught squirrels or rabbits or anything that day. And we can try, if it was a good day and they chased well and they caught game, then we just try to emulate that for the rest of the season. You ready to go? I think she's ready. One of the things that we end up doing is we hunt with 2 birds at one time. And that's a little unusual or unique around here, even though, of course, it can be done. Most people, when they hunt with red tails, only hunt with 1 bird at a time, and we go out and we hunt with 2. That is unique. It's a little bit more complicated, and it takes 2 falconers to do that because it does get a little bit more involved.
All right, a couple of reasons we're here. Well, this is Jurgen, male red tail, BB, another male red tail. We hunt these 2 together, what's called flying them in a cast. This particular piece of property is about 160 acres. We have permission to hunt here. It's owned by a local property developer, but we're allowed to come out here and hunt on it.
All right, let's go hunt.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Over in the green one. Right here. Go back over here to the yellow one. Up, up, up. Well, it's going up, it's going up. There it is. It's behind the bird.
Whatever you say.
We're trying to get game to run and move, and the bird's going to try to catch it. I mean, it's pretty simple. We are, just like those 2 dogs, we are running around trying to get game to move. So we're trying to pull vines that we think or look like they run up into a squirrel nest, see if a squirrel will jump out. just as we walk around, if there are squirrels out foraging and they see us, they'll move to stay away from us. Hopefully the bird will see them and go after it. So really it's just a matter of, let's see if we can move something so they can catch it.
Oh man, that's a big squirrel.
Coming down, coming down, coming down.
Hold on to him, hold on to him, buddy, hold on to him. Hold on to him. Get ready to make it in quick, guys.
Bring it down.
This definitely has the
Oh,
head.
it's alive, it's alive. Hold on, hold on.
But the bird's definitely got the squirrel's head. So
Yeah, but it's
good.
alive.
All you gotta do is let go of that vine with the other foot. She's got one foot completely over the squirrel's head, and the other one's hanging onto the vine.
Probably sympathetic reaction where they ratchet both at the same time.
Yeah, once they ratchet their talons into something, they can't let go even if they want to. BB. All right, Stuart, shake the vine.
So what we're going to do here, we're going to cover this thing up. Out of sight, out of mind.
Are you gonna let these eat some?
Yeah, I'd say let's feed them up. There you go.
So we're not doing tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll do tomorrow, but let's just feed them what we got.
Step forward, Tom. I'll put it in your bag.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Let me trade it off. So now, just feed them up. So, one other tradition, when we have a kill, there's a toast, and it's to the quarry, which gave its life, to the bird, and to the sport. So,
Alahai.
nostrovia. That's Polish.
Nostrovia.
You can't drink the whole thing. It's just a toast.
Stuart has to have two hands free. I'm not sure why, but.
Yeah, to me, I've got a little different perspective, not coming from so much of a hunting background before, and I also do rehab as far as I help injured birds. I know that 80% of these birds won't see their first birthday. They won't make it a whole year because they get either shot in the wild, hit by cars, electrocuted, not good hunters, disease processes, things like that. To me, it's a personal journey with them to be able to take one out of the wild, and we always trap them their very first year, you know, that they're out there. That's just the law. But to be able to take this bird, to make sure it's healthy, to be able to hunt with it, to be able to refine its skills, make it better, and then in 2 years be able to release it so that it can go out and get into the breeding population, make more birds, and make a stronger population of raptors for the future is, you know, that's what it means to me.
I've been a falconer since 1983, but I've been toying with the birds since I was in 11th grade. Not knowing that it was illegal to have a wild bird of prey, because you do have to have a license to have these birds. But I saved a bird out of a nest when I was in 11th grade and raised it. And ever since I've had the fascination with them, and took the test and became a falconer in 1983 and have been loving it ever since.
I really like going out with Stuart. He's a good falconer. I've learned a lot from him. If there's something going on in the woods, he's usually the first one to say, okay, this is what we need to do, or we need to go this way, or this is what your bird's doing. Again, I've learned a lot from him. He's tremendous, especially when he's running through the woods. When he takes a fall, he falls like no one else.
This is a female red-tailed hawk. Immature plumage, she doesn't have the red tail. See, this is the first year plumage. As a rule, the females in the birds of prey are generally a third larger than all males. And this is a striker, that's her name, and she's got several quarries already this year. I'm gonna send her up. Get in there, Oscar. Go on, go, 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 go. Get in there, Oscar. The Jack Russells can't stay on the trail like a beagle can because their noses aren't as acute. But they'll do a visual, and as long as the rabbit doesn't run further than 20 yards, they can jump it again. But they get in, they sniff them out, they jump them. Ho! 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 Ho!
Oh, there's a bunny in there. There's a bunny in there.
Got it! Got it!
Oscar, get out of there. Oscar, get out of there.
Oh, that's a little rabbit.
They're very smart birds, and they like to hunt. They like to kill. It's a sport where you have to have a certain relationship with the bird. People always ask us, do you really love your bird? Does your bird love you? And you can love your bird all day long. That bird doesn't care anything about me. That bird is a very simple creature, and it's not to take anything away from it, but it wants to hunt, it wants to kill something, or it just wants to be left alone. There's usually a head count, not that, you know, I got this, you got that. How many squirrels did you get this year, or on this particular day, who got more than the other? If the bird, you know, isn't chasing hard, you know, you may make fun of them a little bit. It's all playful teasing. It's like anything else.
Yeah, we do have a couple of things going on in sport. Well, the guys always try to say that their bird's going to catch more game than the other one, and I'm leading. This is called a cane cutter. Related to the swamp rabbit. They're a lot larger than the whitetail rabbit or the cottontail, but they're the biggest rabbits in the southeast. Then you go out west, and the rabbits are a little bit bigger than this, and they're called jackrabbits. All right, let's go. Where are we going? Home. Is that it? Yeah. I want to catch a squirrel.
Let's try. Well, squirrels are that way, Jimmy. They're very, very good at what they do. They're unbelievable marvels of nature and what nature's done to them. If you look at all the different species, the way each one is just a little bit different, and the things that they can do, what this bird can do, what a falcon can do, what a goshawk can do, all the different birds and the different game that they're designed to go after is really quite fascinating.
There's not a time that I go out in the woods that I'm not blown away by something that happens. You know, either by the birds, what the birds do, what the squirrels do. You know, you've got to get out here like you guys are, and you just got to get out here and experience it. It's just having that really raw connection with nature. You know, everything around you, be it the weather, be it just how nature is, and that you're part of that. You know, you just don't get that experience by shopping at the mall.
I would say it's a relief too. You know, you get out in the wild, and you can just forget about everything. You're out in the wild, and you've got an animal that you've trained to follow you and to work with dogs, and to have that all come together before you go home and you walk out of the woods. That was a great day.